a
Check.
Saturday, her young beau called to see if she'd like to go to see a show, but Miss Kate said no. I'll tell you what you can do. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Katie Casey saw all the games, knew the players by their first names, told the umpire he was wrong all along, good and strong. When the score was just 2-2, Katie Casey knew what to do. Just to cheer up the boys she knew, she made the gang sing this song. Take me out to the ball game, take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Greetings, folks, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will begin the first game. Well, we'll begin a 3-game series. It's the first game against the Cincinnati Reds here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, folks. We got a weekend series. We're wrapping up a homestand with the Reds. They're in town. And guess what, folks? There's a little bit of optimism floating around Baltimore here in Birdland. We've won back-to-back games. We've got a streak, a win streak for the first time this season after yesterday's series win over the Cleveland Guardians with a 7-inning quality start out of Tomoyuki Sagano and some home runs, including Ryan O'Hearn, Gunnar Henderson, and Heston Kjerstad. The bullpen has been doing its job for the most part. And, we're trying to build off of that. We've got Cade Povich on the mound tonight. And let's try to keep it going, folks. The Reds have a record of 9-10. We're 8-10, so we're pretty much on even ground. They've played one extra game. They won it. The Reds, I got to tell you, folks, it's not going to be easy. I think the storyline for this series is going to be our bats against the Reds pitching, because coming into today's play, at least checking on this Reds team, doing some research last night, their pitching staff is among the best in baseball to start the season. Their team ERA is ranked 3rd in all of baseball at, I think it's 2.99. They are basically giving up 3 runs per game. And their walks and hits per innings pitched is number 1 in baseball. Their batting averaged against is number 1 in baseball. Teams are hitting just 190 off of this Reds team so far through their first 19 games. So that's something we're going to have to overcome. Obviously, the Orioles, part of their issues to their slow start this season has been an inconsistent performance from the offense. And some games it just feels like our bats can't find a solution against even average pitchers. Take the game against the Guardians with Logan Allen on the mound just a few days back. I mean, nothing against Logan Allen, but that's probably the best start of his career. And yeah, so we got a lefty on the mound tonight to face, Andrew Abbott, who's only making his 2nd start of the season. He began the year on the disabled list, so he only has the 1 start. He went 5 innings, maybe 5 1/3. Gave up just 1 run. Sorry, I need my morning coffee. So Abbott is a pretty good lefty. I would put him, like a pretty good young. I think he's only about 25 years old. He can be good. So we're going to have our work cut out for us. However, there is another. Actually, there's a couple of other things to get to. There's a lot to get to. So let me first get through my typical intro, which is to say, welcome to the channel. If you're new, if you're just finding this channel, that's great. My name is BW. That's short for the BirdWatcher. And this channel is dedicated to covering live Orioles baseball games, all play-by-play and commentary. I do it all, folks. I wear a lot of hats. Actually, I pretty much wear this one and occasionally a Burger King crown. But the hat is on today, and it's staying on because I put it on a couple of days ago to start the game, and I haven't taken it off, and we've won back-to-back games. So that's how it's going to go until something changes. Also, I'm wearing a blue shirt tonight because, you know, I don't have a very large wardrobe, but what I do try to do is make sure I don't wear the team colors of our opponents. So obviously a shirt like this, I can't wear when we're playing the Blue Jays, but we're facing the Reds, all right? And for me, this is the opposite of red. So blue shirt tonight for me. And yeah, so Cade Povich versus Andrew Abbott. If you're new to the channel, God, I'm jumping all over the place. As you can tell, I'm not a professional, but I do call a good game. I'm just not good at all the, all that professional crap. I don't know, but maybe you'll enjoy it. So if you do, subscribe, please. As you can see, we've got over halfway to 5,000 subscribers after just a year and a couple of weeks. Hoping to get to 5,000 by the end of this year. If so, then I got a feeling we're going to be doing this for a long, long time. And that's the hope. We're growing a great community here, the Charm City Chat, fellow Oriole fans, baseball fans in general. Everybody's welcome here. As long as you keep it nice and charming. We are the Charm City Chat after all. All right. Regarding the pitching matchups for the weekend, a couple of other notes. It has been announced, and folks, if you've been with me since the moment Zach Eflin was announced that he was going on the disabled list, and we knew that we needed to fill that spot in the rotation, I said, well, we got a guy down there in AAA right now that looks pretty good after a couple of starts. We saw him in spring training. A fellow by the name of Brandon Young, a right-hander. I said, that's probably the guy you need to call up. And guess what? That is the move. The Orioles announced since last night that Brandon Young is going to make the start tomorrow, making his major league debut. He'll be up against, I guess, what is considered the Reds' ace, Hunter Green. So it's going to be It's going to be quite the day for Brandon Young tomorrow. Hopefully he'll come on out and support him in his major league debut, whether it's at the ballpark or here on my channel. We're going to be rooting on Brandon Young. Another note for the Reds, they had Nick Lodolo as the scheduled starter for the final game on Sunday. He has been scratched due to paternity leave, so that's a bit of an advantage for us, as they will, the Reds will now have to call upon somebody lower down in their depth chart, a fellow by the name of Carson Spires. I don't know a whole lot about him, but he's a right-hander, and he will be on the mound on Sunday facing Charlie Morton. Now, in terms of Charlie Morton, well, we'll talk about it. I think I have mapped out exactly how things are going to work out between Charlie Morton, Brandon Young in his call-up. We got Kyle Gibson probably making one more rehab start, and then he's got a chance to come up. I think I got a way where I know how things are. Well, it depends. Let's just put it that way. It depends on how Brandon Young pitches tomorrow. If he pitches really well, there's a couple of different ways we can go. But anyway, let me get this game up. It's now at the top of the hour. And then I'll go over the starting lineups, and we'll get ready for baseball, folks. The Orioles are on a win streak, and we're at home. So let's keep it going with some more home cooking. All right. Good. We had a great time in the Charm City chat yesterday, folks. It really is amazing that however the team performs, it's directly reflected on how my channel performs. We had a lot of people here, we had the most subscribers for any game this season other than opening day and the home opener. So I want to thank those new subscribers for signing up yesterday. And that's what it takes, folks. We got to win. We got to win for this channel to grow. Right? All right, the game is up. Looks a bit cloudy, but not to the point where it looks like the threat of rain. Just a light cloud cover. And it looks like I am watching the Cincinnati network. I don't recognize these broadcasters. But it's definitely not Masson. All right, lineups. Let's take a look. For the visiting Reds, leading off and playing second base is Matt McLean. He's hitting just 200 so far in the season. Santiago Espinal is in right field batting second. Ellie De La Cruz is hitting third and playing at shortstop. Austin Hayes, anybody remember him? Well, he's 4 for 13 in his early Reds career, with 2 of those 4 hits leaving the yard. That's why they got him in the cleanup spot, and he's in left field tonight. A left field that he remembers, but the dimensions have changed. Spencer Steer is DHing and will bat 5th for Cincinnati. Jamer Candelario is at first base batting 6th. Noelvi Marte is the third baseman hitting 7th. Jose Trevino will do the catching and bat 8th. And I'm going to have to click on this dude's name because I've never heard of him. Blake Dunn is in center field. He'll be batting 9th. Ellie De La Cruz obviously is the star of this Reds offense, but he has been struggling a little bit lately. Still, he's putting up numbers. 18 RBI on the season, 3 homers and 4 steals. He's got the power. He's got the speed. You want to keep this guy off the base. And really, this Reds team in general is a fast team. Maybe take Candelario out of the equation. Trevino, obviously, the catcher. Otherwise, guys on here with, above average, if not, pretty damn good speed. Obviously, Ellie De La Cruz, one of the very fastest. So limiting base runners is definitely going to be a priority, and Cade Povich needs to be on tonight, because when he's not on, boy, he gives up a lot of hits. He had that game where he gave up 13 hits a couple of starts back. For the Orioles, a bit of a different look to the lineup tonight against this left-hander. Jordan Westburg had typically been hitting up in the order against lefties, but he's been in a terrible slump lately. His average is down to 183, so he's going to be hitting lower in the order. Mullins has dropped down as well because of the lefty-lefty matchup. So what we have now is a situation where Gunnar Henderson is going to stay hitting second in the order like he did yesterday, and he looked good there, and I'm happy that they're going to keep him there. The solution for the leadoff man tonight is Adley Rutschman. Rutschman is going to lead off in DH. Gunnar will bat second and play at shortstop. Tyler O'Neill's back in the lineup tonight, and that's great timing because he mashes left-handers. He's in right field tonight hitting third. Ryan Mountcastle will be the cleanup hitter and at first base. Ced Mullins will bat 5th and be in center field. Jordan Westburg will play third base and hit 6th. Gary Sanchez does the catching, batting 7th. Hitting 8th, Heston Kjerstad getting a start against a lefty. Last couple of games, he's absolutely barreled up every ball he's put in a play, including that home run last night. Jorge Mateo, by the way, Kjerstad in left field. Jorge Mateo will bat 9th and play at second base. Now, if you want my personal opinion of this lineup, I'm okay with it. I'd just rather have Ramon Arias in here over Jorge Mateo. I mean, it's a lefty. Ramon can handle it. I understand maybe you want to sit Jackson Holiday. I know he had a grand slam for us, and a lot of people probably want to see Jackson because of that salami he hit. But outside of that salami, other than Westberg, Holiday's probably been struggling at the plate the most in the last week or so. Folks, we're ready for the first pitch of the ball game. Cade Povich winds up and delivers a first pitch fastball up and away for ball one to Matt McLain. We are underway. Cade Povich making his fourth start, a 3.60 ERA, 15 innings logged so far in the season. But again, he's given up a lot of hits. Opponents are hitting 3.69 off of him. So the ERA, by the way, it's now 2-0. Next pitch is fouled back 2-1. The ERA is respectable, mid-threes, but a look at that batting average against lets you know that Cade has been a bit fortunate. He's stranded a lot of base runners in a couple of these starts. This pitch is outside. It's 3-1 to Matt McLain. All right. I'll get the scoreboard up for you folks. Typically it takes a couple of batters for it to get going. So you'll just have to stare at my ugly mug close up for a little bit. This pitch is popped up and will get out of play behind home plate. We got a full count. The Orioles are wearing their City Connect jerseys tonight with the white pants. This pitch is foul back, and another 3-2 count going to come here. Povich is going through a long first AB here. Seventh pitch to the first batter coming up. Here it comes, and it's popped up. Nice and weakly. First base, Mountcastle. Whoa, he will allow Jorge Mateo to make the catch. Looked like Mountie was going to wave off Mateo and changed his mind. It is a weak infield pop-up to begin the ball game. Matt McLain retired. That'll bring up Santiago Espinal. He's hitting .250. How are we doing, Charm City chat? We doing all right today? There is a first pitch strike to Espinal. I'll check in with the chat here the next half inning, okay? Pitch is foul tipped at the plate. Count even up at 1-1. We got a really nice crowd tonight. There must be a pretty good giveaway because we've got a pretty packed looking yard. Let's hope that gives us some confidence. That ball is sprayed in the left, and it's going to get down for extra bases up against the wall. Kerstad will fire it back in toward the infield. It is a one-out double for Espinal. And the Reds have something cooking here. One out and a runner in scoring position for Ellie De La Cruz. All right, looks like that scoreboard is ready to go. And we'll get over here now. We're over here now. All right, folks, we got to get out of this. Ellie De La Cruz, 243 the average. Switch hitter batting from the right side against Cade Povich. And the first pitch is a Povich curveball in there for a called strike. Ellie's one of those dudes that likes to only button about 2 buttons on his jersey. There's another curveball hit weakly back to Povich. He fires it to first and gets De La Cruz for the second out. Nice. Just a little nubber back to the pitcher off of the bat of De La Cruz. And, of course, with his speed, you got to pounce on that ball and throw a strike to first, and Povich did so. There's 2 down, and that'll bring up Austin Hayes. And look at the Oriole crowd. Look at the reception being given to one of our own, Austin Hayes, and he recognizes the ovation. People are still applauding Folks, we got the best fans in baseball. Where are all these positive fans? Why aren't they in my chat? First pitch to Hayes is in the dirt for ball one. Curveball from Povich. Again, Austin just 13 at-bats since joining up with the Reds. But 4 hits, so a .308 average, and 2 of the 4 hits have left the yard. 6 RBI already. Got a runner at third base and 2 down. 1-0 pitch from Povich is a curveball swung on and missed. 1-1. Next pitch. That is going to drop a little bit below the zone for ball 2. Two and 1 on Austin Hayes. We're just getting started, scoreless, top of the first. And a curveball called a strike. A late call by the ump. A beautiful curve on the back of on the outside corner there. Painting the black with the Uncle Charlie there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All right, Cade, let's put him away now. Put him away, put him away, put him away now. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a sweeper off speed. And there's your first Povich strikeout of the day.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Povich gives up a hit, a double, but that batter is stranded. We go to the bottom of the first. The Reds, nothing, and the Orioles are coming up. Charm City chat. How the heck are ya? We got Malik here, Edward, Froggy stopping in, Cameron, Fitzy. Fitzy, are you here?
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
Good to have you, Fitz. Cameron's here. The Sports Card Channel and more. And more? I want to know what the more is. George is here. M3 and Ace. Vonnie. Bill. Good to have you back, Bill. Ronnie. We got a Vonnie and a Ronnie. A Jeremiah, Baxter, Chilo, John, Corey, Michael, Matt. Another same Corey. Fortopia. Mark 109s, Swisha, Warren, Darren. Look at all these folks. It's good to see you guys. Now, I'm not going to be able to read through all this. Rod, good to have you back again. Matt's here. El Duderino, Aaron's room. Yeah, folks, if there was any comment directed at me here in the beginning, just pop it back in. Maybe mention me. That way it'll pop up and I'll see it. I can't read through everything. But I did want to catch everybody's name. We've got Bartman here as well. Don't have a Cowser, man. All right. There's a shot of the Inner Harbor. It is Andrew Abbott. Again, just 1 start, 5 innings. He threw 81 pitches, gave up 2 hits, a couple of walks, just 1 earned run. Facing Adley Rutschman. First pitch is outside. Fastball, just 91 miles an hour. We can hit a 91 mile an hour fastball, I hope.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
1-0. Outside again. Same spot. Same pitch, same spot. 2-0. Adley hitting .212. Pitch. That one is over the plate, but a little bit low. 3-0 on a changeup. Adley playing the role of leadoff man, taking 3 pitches, and he's got a 3-0 count. Pitch. Low for ball 4. Take your base. 4 pitches, and we got action. Let's go. Where's the button?
I'm walking here.
Adley Rutschman, maybe you're the solution to our leadoff needs. If you're going to draw walks that easy. Let's go. It's Gunnar Henderson time.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
First pitch to Gunnar is off the outside, and that is 5 straight pitches out of the zone to begin the ball game for Andrew Abbott. Gunnar's average at .239. He popped his first home run of the season last night and first RBI. There's a called strike, and even that pitch looked questionably inside. One and one. Pitch. Upstairs. Yeah, we got a packed crowd, folks. I don't see any empty seats, especially in the lower bowl. 2-1 pitch. That one is fouled back. We'll do 2-2 count here with Adley at first. Nobody out. By the way, our favorite umpire, John Bacon, involved in another controversy just in his very next turn behind home plate in a game he called involving the Yankees. Gunnar fouls this one away. It's still 2-2. Jazz Chisholm was called out on a strike 3 that was not in the zone. Jazz was angry, and Bacon was the ump, and Bacon tossed Jazz. Jazz then, during the game, went to his phone and tweeted out how bad of a call it was, and now he's in trouble because you can't do that. 2-2 on Gunnar. That ball's hit the left center, and that ball's hit pretty well. It's going to hang up there. Austin Hayes making the catch in familiar ground out there in left field. Those colors look wrong on you, Austin. I don't know if I can get used to this. Here's Tyler O'Neill, and he takes a first pitch strike on a curveball on the inside part of the plate.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
O'Neill had missed the last couple of games due to neck discomfort. And now he's back in the lineup to face a lefty, which is good timing. And a swing and a miss. Bad swing there. That was a fastball that started well off the plate outside, and a straight pitch never broke toward the plate. Still swung at it. Count is 0-2. There might be a little bit of rust in O'Neill after taking those couple of games off. And I would say there is rust indeed as he chases a curveball in the dirt and strikes out on 3 pitches. Well, damn. Hopefully we're going to see some better at-bats from him tonight. Otherwise, having him hit third in the order isn't going to do us any favors with an at-bat like this. 2 down. Here is Mountcastle.
Okay, mount up.
And he takes a pitch that gets away. Rutschman will easily scamper up to second base as the ball goes to the backstop. And that's a big wild pitch because now a base hit could score us the first run of the ball game. That deserves a bugle. Mountie hitting .259 at the moment. Pitch. Low and away, and it gets away again, and Rutschman will go to third. Back-to-back wild pitches, and a 2-0 count. What's going on over there?
Big buck. Stop it all.
All right, we got a hitter's count. We got a runner at third. We got a right-handed power bat facing a lefty. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Mountcastle, what are you doing, man? Low and outside. That was ball 3. Instead, the count is 2-1. Which way is west? Let me check.
West is that way.
That way. Pitch. Outside. He lays off. 3-1. 3-1. Abbott from the belt. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Change up, and Mountie was out in front. It's a full count with 2 down. Mountcastle has only hit 107 at home so far this year. Ouch. That's the 3rd lowest in baseball. Swing and a miss. He chased one 8 inches outside. That would have been ball 4. Twice Mountcastle chased ball 4. 2 whiffs on 2 pitches out of the zone. He should be at first base. Instead, the inning is over on a strikeout. We go to the 2nd inning, scoreless in Baltimore. Oh, well. Come on, Mountie. We're better than that. What's going on, Mountie? We're bringing the wall for you. I know you're only hitting 107, but I know one of those hits is a home run. I know you got 1 home run here. Hey, folks, you mind if I roll up a special lucky while we're hanging out tonight? I didn't really get a chance to prepare. Hey, by the way, I'm glad you asked. Everything went swimmingly yesterday with my 90-day reporting. I was in and out. Once I was in, I was out very, very quickly. And that's always a nice sigh of relief. I can spend the next few months just focusing on some baseball. Yeah, so what's the deal? Let me run over the Twitter here, make sure there isn't anything else I forgot to mention in terms of news and notes. Yeah, well, I guess this is the big one. I mean, Grayson Rodriguez has had his MRI, and the response to that MRI from the Orioles team is, we want a second opinion. Which I'm going to tell you right now, folks, that is not a good sign. If you remember, it was a lat issue to begin the issues for Grayson back in spring training, and now it's a shoulder problem. It's a shoulder problem that needs a second opinion. Folks, look, I don't want to be the guy to deliver the bad news, and I'm not saying anything is confirmed, but I would not expect to see Grayson back this season. I would not expect to. I would be happily surprised. But at this point, I think to expect it would be doing yourself a disservice. Cade Povich falls behind 2-0 on Spencer Steer as we begin the top of the 2nd inning. Steer hitting just 120. Make it 3-0. That pitch was high. Povich on the outside edge, and that's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man. That is not a good start to this inning. Yeah, folks, I worry Grayson Rodriguez is just never going to be able to stay healthy long enough to ever put it all together. It's depressing. Here's Candelario. He's hitting just 117. First pitch is a strike. Next one is in the dirt, 1-1 on Jamer Candelario. 1 home run, 7 driven in. on base plus slugging percentage is just 401. That's a good on base. That is a terrible OPS. As he grounds this one foul off to the left. So that's been the story of the Reds. The pitching has been fantastic, but the reason why they're coming in with a record under 500 has been a lack of offense. In fact, earlier in the season, about a week into the year, they had 3 straight 1-0 losses. Curveball is in the dirt, and the count even up at 2-2. I mean, folks, we have had some really frustrating results early on the first few weeks, but can you imagine watching back-to-back-to-back 1-0 losses? I mean, that will take years off of your life. 2-2 pitch is fouled away. We'll do it again. Oh, Michael. Michael, what was that joke attempt? I suppose you're right, Michael. Hey, look, if I'm bowling, there's no such thing as a lucky strike for me, because either I'm sober and I bowl terribly, or I'm drunk on beer and I bowl about a 260. It's one of the two. I have to have alcohol. It's the only thing that makes me better with alcohol, which is why I don't bowl much. 2-2 pitch foul back. Actually, I take it back. I can play pool better with a few drinks than I can sober. I don't know why. It's the same kind of thing. Like you lock in better. I don't know why. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the foot of Candelario. Come on, Cade. My goodness, he's having trouble putting batters away. 28 pitches with nobody out in the second inning. Two. Swing and a miss. All right, a changeup. Below the zone, Candelario chased.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Candelario retired. The Candyman can't. The Candyman can't. Get it? Check on the runner at first, Steer. He's back standing as Noelvi Marte, another batter with an average that is somewhere around my IQ, 143. No homers and no RBI. A swing and a miss on a sweeper from Povich. 0-1 the count. Runner at first, 1 out, top of the second, no score. In the opening game of a 3-game series to wrap up this homestand. But when we hit the road, we're not exactly traveling much. This ball's hit to second. Could be 2. A flip to Gunner for 1. Over to first. 2. A double play. All right. That erases the base runner, and that ends the inning. We head now to the bottom of the second. Still no score. How did Grayson get all of these injuries? I don't have any. I can't give you an answer, Michael, that would be anything more than blind speculation. But just using logic, the way these pitchers have to throw in this day and age, not every arm is genetically designed to handle the rigors of being a major league pitcher. Now, you might be able to handle it while you're young, and you might be able to work your way up till you get drafted. But, yeah, we see a lot of these pitchers getting their arms blown out younger and younger in their career, and some guys just don't have the arm to handle the load. That's pretty much it. That's about as simple as a way I can put it. Why is this coffee already room temperature? Come on. Can I get through more than 2 innings with a hot cup of coffee? Is that too much to ask? Hey, folks. We got almost 100 people here right now. 56 of you have hit the like button. 36 of you at the moment have not. If you don't mind, we're in the middle of a break. It'll only take about a second, 2 seconds max to just maybe scroll down a hair and see that thumbs up at the bottom of the screen. Tap it. Please like the stream. It really does help the channel grow, okay? Thanks so much. All right, we're underway in the bottom of the second. Mullins at the plate, and he looks at a high fastball for ball 1.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Mullins now back in the 5th spot here against a lefty. He takes low 2-0. The question going forward now is, against right-handed pitching, is Mullins going to see more time leading off? And if it involves Mullins hitting first, Gunnar second, and Adley third, I support it. There's a called strike. And the count is 2-1. The shift is on for said. Ellie De La Cruz playing just a few steps to the shortstop side of the second base bag. This one's off the plate. 3-1 the count now on Mullins. Not only has he been driving in runs, he's been drawing walks as well. And he lifts this one to right field. Stay up, stay up. That ball is gone. It's a flag court shot. Bye-bye birdie. Said Mullins continues to rake. A lefty, no problem. He just clears the scoreboard in right, and the Orioles are ahead 1-0. Folks.
It's magic, you know.
Oh, it bounced just off the personal loans banner right above the scoreboard. That cleared that board by about 2 feet. 1-0 Baltimore. Jordan Westberg fouls the first pitch off.
West is that way.
0-1 pitch to him is outside, 1-1. And I'm so happy they called that a ball. It would have been really tough on him to get an 0-2 count. It was a close pitch on the outside. We need Westberg to get back into it, man. There's a swing and a miss. Change up. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's a curveball laid off. It's low, and the count is 2-2. 1-0 Orioles. We've taken an early lead off a home run by Mullins, who just can't stop hitting. 2-2 pitch. That one is tapped towards short. Ellie De La Cruz whips off a sidearm throw and is able to get Westberg, who was hustling down the line, on a bang-bang play. 1 down in the bottom of the second. Tell you what, Westberg, one thing he'll never do is not hustle. I mean, that was a one-hopper to a guy with a very strong arm, and he still made it close. Here is Gary Sanchez.
Release the Kraken.
And he takes low and away for ball 1. Look at that, folks. People want Mullins to get his contract extended so he can stay with us. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed, but I also feel like it's not going to happen. But I'll tell you this, if Said does walk, and you got Colton Cowser, and then you got Enrique Bradfield sort of online to come up next season, this pitch is popped up behind the plate. Please get out of play. It does by a couple of rows. 1-2 the count on Sanchez. Yeah, what's said, the main thing for said that I'm pleased for him is that it might be like a Tony situation where he's going to have the best season of his career in his walk year. We've seen it happen a lot. There's a lot of motivation when you're in the last year of before free agency. So if he has his best season of his career this season, it's going to mean a large contract because he knows if he hits free agency, somebody else is going to buy. It's a tough situation. But for now, I'm just happy he's with us. He's producing. I think he's an Oriole for life no matter what happens. You know, he's already, for me, in discussion for an Oriole Hall of Fame candidate. Here is a swing and a miss. And Sanchez strikes out on a pitch low. Sanchez now hitting, I believe, an even 100 after that. I think he's 2 for 20 on the season now. It has not been good. 2 down, bases empty for Silent J. Folks, we need silence. I must ask for complete silence. Kjerstad up to 10 RBI now. 1-0 pitch. That is a called strike. A front door curveball. Right on the knees on the inside corner. The 1-1. Pitch is lifted in the air to left. It's going to be a long run across the foul line. Austin Hayes up against the screen. Did he grab it? Did he? I guess not. He might have hurt his throwing hand, bracing himself for that impact against the wall down there. It looks like he scraped it up against that screen. Just off the glove of Austin Hayes. He did have a chance to catch it. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kjerstad. He's back in the box, waving that bat around like he does. Here comes a pitch, low and away, 2-2. So is there a giveaway tonight? I have to assume there's a giveaway. Something beyond just the fact that it's a City Connect game. There's got to be a giveaway tonight. This crowd is large. This ball's fouled off to the left. Still 2-2 on Silent J. They're all here for Austin Hayes. Look, they gave him a great reception, but I don't think people were going, oh, look, I don't even think half the crowd here knew that Austin Hayes was on this team. Swing and a miss. Kjerstad goes down swinging, and that'll end the second inning. Hockey shirts with the Angry Oriole logo. I want that. I want that. I want that. I mean, how's it work? One size fits all? What do they do for men of my stature? You know, big burly men like me. Bobblehead tomorrow. Which bobblehead? Hey, by the way, you guys have seen the Cal Ripken Iron Man, Iron Man bobblehead? I love the idea, but that I've seen Cal Ripken bobbleheads. That is the least likeness resembling Cal Ripken I've ever seen on a bobblehead. There, I said it. It doesn't look like Cal to me. I don't know what they did. They got the little gray hair on the temples. That's about all they got to me that looks like Cal. If you didn't have Cal Ripken written on the base of that thing, I would not know who the hell that was, to be perfectly honest. But whatever. I'd still like to have that. I'm not going to front. A Rubenstein bobblehead night. Nice. Oh, everybody's here for Povich. It is true. He's so dreamy. He really is like a 21st century Beatle out there. The ladies are swooning. Women want to be with him. Men want to be him. Cade Povich. All right. Jose Trevino has been a monster at Camden Yards. He's got a .451 lifetime average. Of course, you remember he was a catcher with the Yankees for a stretch. He takes a curveball on the outside edge for a called strike. Trevino having one of the better averages in this lineup. He's hitting .286. This one's up and away on a changeup, 1-1. One pitch outside, another changeup. Oh, let me take you back over here. Sorry about that. 2-1 pitch is up and away. Count even up, or excuse me, count moves to 3-1. Pitch. That's way up and away. And another leadoff walk. Back-to-back innings. Povich has issued a free pass to the leadoff man, and you just can't get away with that before it eventually comes back to bite you. That'll bring up Dunn, the number 9 hitter. Right-handed bat. He takes a look at a fastball knee-high on the inside corner for a called strike. Trevino, no threat at first to run. There's a pitch on the top of the zone for a called strike. That was a changeup. And Povich gets ahead of Dunn 0-2. Blake Dunn hitting just .143 in limited action. 0-2 pitch. Curveball. Could not get him to chase on a pitch in the dirt. They do appeal the swing. He didn't go. Next pitch from Slim will be number 40 on the night. And here it comes. This one's lifted foul off to the right. Still a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, I need can I make some space here? I need to make some space. Pitch swung on and just got a piece of that one. Did Dunn to stay alive. That pitch was pretty much in the dirt. He got a piece of it though. Can I make enough room? Maybe I can. I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. This one is hit toward right and slicing out of play, foul. All right, I got my tools here. That looks good enough. Everything I need within arm's reach, folks. There's a snap throw back to first, and nearly getting the runner over there was Sanchez. We've seen him do that several times already this season. Sanchez likes to try to catch that runner off the bag after a pitch. Definitely safe. 2-2. Curveball hit on the ground and past the diving glove of Gunnar into left. It's a base hit. The first two men have reached first and second. Nobody out. And those were the 8 and 9 hitters. Oh, that's not good. You let the 8 and 9 hitters lead off the inning and get on base. Now you got the top of the order. Nobody out. 2 men on. And a lot of work to do. I want to go to a dive bar. I got plenty around me here. First pitch is a curveball to Matt McLean. It's a good one for strike one. McLean popped out to second his first time up to lead off the ball game. First and second, nobody out. Pitch. Fouled off to the right. Okay, we got him 0-2. We got him 0-2. Either you strike him out or you get him to chase something for weak contact. You get a guy 0-2, I don't want to see any hard hit balls. Pitch. In the dirt. Sanchez does well to keep the ball in front of him. That ball bounced about 2 feet in front of the plate. Again, just 6 outs created or recorded by Povich, and he's about to throw his 48th pitch. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss on a sweeper low and in, and that is strike 3. Lovely.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That sweeper breaking from the outside all the way inside and low. Nice pitch from Povich. There's your first out. Here's Espinal, who hit that double back in the first. Lifting his average to 267. First pitch to him is a curveball, fouled off the leg of Espinal, maybe the foot. 1-0 Baltimore. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. First game of 3. Baltimore looking to win 3 in a row. Wouldn't that be nice? Pitch. Popped up. Right field. Long run. Sprinting in and a diving attempt by O'Neill, but the ball pops out of his glove. However, we do have a forced play at second base. The runner at first had to make sure that ball wasn't caught. And luckily, helping out O'Neill out there in right field. Who helped? Did somebody pick it up and throw it, or did O'Neill? Yeah, Jorge Mateo right there to pick up the ball and fire it to second. So well done by Mateo to back up the play and get that force out. So all hope is not lost, folks. First and third, 2 down. Ellie De La Cruz is at the plate, though. So hold your breath. He had a comebacker to Povich his first time up, and he lifts a curveball to center field and deep. Mullins backing up. He's still going back, and that ball is gone. Wait a minute. Are we saying it's not a home run? Ellie stopped. They're flashing 3-run homer on the scoreboard. Ellie thinks it's gone, but he's standing at second base. Terry Francona's coming out. What happened here? The ball bounced off the top of the wall. Perhaps similar to the home run Ryan O'Hearn hit last night. It bounces off the top of the wall. Okay, if it lands back in play without touching anything on the other side of the wall, then it's not gone. It can hit the top of the wall. Now, where does it land after it does that? Why did you cut away? I want to see where the ball lands after it hit the wall, man. That's the whole... That's what this home run or not home run comes down to. It did not leave the yard hitting the top of the wall. The question is, once that ball caromed straight up and then landed, wherever it landed, that determines whether or not it's a home run. I just want to know where it landed, for crying out loud. Show it to me. Instead, I'm watching Ellie and Gunner have a 2-minute conversation. Show me a replay. Thank you. Here's one. Okay, there's the bounce. Now, show it bouncing away, and where does it land? Why am I asking for this? It doesn't matter that it's right there. That's not a home run. It's got to clear the wall. Hello? Okay, now it's showing the bounce off the top of the wall. Are you going to continue to show where... Oh, is there a cord right there? Is there some kind of a cord? My God, can you please just show the part we need to see? The ball did come back into Mullins' glove. But did it hit something behind the wall? There's a metal pole right there. To me, this isn't a home run. And that's not me just wishing for the best result. But to me, that's not a home run. That's not a home run. I understand it. If it hit the top of the wall and then hit anything that is on the other side of the wall, a pole, anything. What? What's the ground rule? How do you explain that? They're calling it a home run. Unbelievable. 3-1 Reds. And now a delayed celebration. Yeah, I'd be happy too. I don't understand this call. Anybody in the chat have an opinion? Pitch off the plate now to Spencer Steer. Is that who's up? Sorry, it's Austin Hayes. Sorry, Austin. 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Chilo, erase your own comment, because if you don't, someone else will. Seriously, Chilo? Have we not learned anything at this point? Have we not learned anything? You could, take it upon yourself to remove the comment, or you can make it a big deal and we'll do it for you. There's a walk to Austin Hayes. A 2-out walk. Thank you, Chilo. Just so we get this understood, there's never been a team in the history of baseball that has won every game, winning the game from start to finish. There's this thing called coming from behind and winning. It happens a lot. In fact, I'm willing to bet every day in the league. You go around the league, you're going to find yourself at least one game where the winning team was at some point losing earlier in the ball game. So, by that notion, this isn't over. Okay? Nor should we joke about it being over. Okay? Spencer Steer, 2-down runner at first. First pitch is a called strike on the inside edge. You're welcome, Ro Jogan. How's your podcast doing? Pitch. That's fouled straight back. 0-2 on Steer. A 3-run homer by Ellie De La Cruz that, man, I think that was a double. I mean, the ump said according to the ground rules. Well, can you explain what that is? What is the ground rule? If it hits the top of a wall but comes back into play, that's still a home run? That makes no sense to me. Here's a snap throw to first. Again by Sanchez after a pitch. Making it pretty close over there. 1-2 the count on Steer. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Povich gets another strikeout.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, that hurt. I mean, we're talking about a matter of an inch or two. The difference between what could be a 1-1 game. Because if that were a ground rule double, a 1-run scores and he got second and third. Instead, it counts as a homer and we're down by 2 runs. Time to get the bats cooking. I'm sure nobody's going to be pleased about who's leading off the next inning, but hey, if Mateo figures out a way to get on base, oh, what a rally we're going to have. I'll tell you that. If Mateo gets on to lead off the inning and the big bats after, it's on. But even if he doesn't, we still got a shot. Going to be Mateo leading it off. I've never heard a ball off the top of the wall, but lands in play still being a home run. Like, I know there's certain walls, quote unquote, that aren't really walls that have like some sort of space beyond it. It's basically just a yellow line indicating where, you know, if you hit it above that line, it's a home run. But there's no yellow line on these walls. I don't know. Yeah, but the difference between yesterday's home run was that it hit the top of the wall, but landed. It didn't land back in the field of play, right? Not like this one. Yeah, there's lines all over the place. When we were in Arizona, if you hit a ball to dead center field, they actually have no wall. It's just like, I mean, it's a wall, but it's basically the batter's eye, and there's just a yellow line just going across. If you hit it above the yellow line, it's a home run. But it doesn't leave the yard. Jorge Mateo's got an 0-2 count already. And here he hits a ground ball to Ellie De La Cruz. One fast guy throws out another. 1 away in the bottom of the third. Mateo grounds out 6-3. Well, I mean, to be fair, it was hit to a part of the ballpark where there weren't renovations. I mean, the lack of a yellow line to center to right center field where the scoreboard is, there's never been a yellow line. Okay, the 1-0 to Adley is a called strike, 1-1. I'm hungry now, too. Man, I shouldn't be. Not after what I ate last night. This ball's fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let the clutch out, Adley.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Mateo's at second base tonight. Holiday's not in the lineup. Pitch is in the dirt to Rutschman. The count even up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Where the hell's the gummy side of this? I guess it's this one. All right. 2-2 pitch to Adley. That's in there. Called strike 3. Fastball, bottom half of the zone. Adley frozen on a pitch that was in the zone the whole way there. Middle of the plate, lower part of the zone. A lot of hitters like that spot. Adley took it for strike 3. 2 down for Gunnar.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
He takes a called strike. All right, so suddenly Abbott's just throwing strikes. 0-1 pitch. Foul back, and now he's ahead of Gunnar 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. Bottom of the third. And so far, we're not seeing a response after that 3-run homer from Ellie. Two quick outs, and now an 0-2 pitch on Gunnar. That is off the plate, low and away. Pitch. Swing and a miss. And the inning is over. Well, last 15 minutes or so have not been much fun. The Orioles give up a 3-run homer. They're trailing by 2, and they respond with a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. We head to the 4th. It's the Reds 3, the Orioles 1. Time to get this J rolled up. Folks, tomorrow we've got a late afternoon start. 4:05. Broadcast will begin at 3:50, and it's a special game because there's a pitcher out there that's going to make his major league debut for us. Brandon Young getting called up. And this is the way I see things shaking out, folks. You have Young pitching Saturday. Charlie Morton is your pitcher on Sunday. If Brandon Young has a really good start, and then Morton follows it up the next day with a start that is something resembling the first 4 starts he has made. And then you've got Kyle Gibson, who, after one more rehab start, would appear to be ready to come up to the team. If Young looks good, if Morton does more Morton things, then I see a situation where who's coming up? I forget. Who the hell's coming up? Who's coming back? Oh my God, I had a brain fart. Who's coming back? Gibson. Thank you. So when Gibson's ready, all right, if Young's looking good, Morton goes to the bullpen, and then we have to make a choice of who to cut. Probably going to be Blewett or Cionel Perez. If Young has a not-so-good start, then Morton stays in the rotation, and Gibson comes up that next time in the rotation and takes Young's spot. So Young might be making just one start, but if he only makes one start, let's just hope Morton looks better because he has not looked good. All right, we're underway in the top of the 4th. First pitch to Candelario is actually, we're up to ball 3. I'm way behind. It's 3-0 on Candelario. In the last 2 innings, he's walked the leadoff man. What are you doing, Cade? There's a 3-0 pitch fouled off of Candelario. Ball wound up going back to Povich. It's strike one. I'm very meticulous about my rolling technique. This ball is hit in the air to center field and deep. Mullins is running out of room, and that ball is in the bullpen. Candelario, off to a slow start, has just taken Povich deep, and the Reds now lead it 4-1. A solo shot just to the right of center field. I can't get this joint ready fast enough. Oh, wait, let me take you over here. Here's a pitch low. It's Marte, Noelvi Marte, 0 for 1 at the plate. 1-0 is a chopper hit toward Mateo at second. He throws the first in time, and that's the first out in the fourth. "66 pitches for Povich already. The way things are going right now, the best result for Povich is probably going to be a no decision. Doesn't appear like he's on pace to get beyond much more than 5 innings, and we're going to have to score 4 runs between now and then to put him in a position to win. So I think best case scenario, a no decision at this point. Trevino, who walked his first time up, has a 1-1 count. Base is empty, 1 down. There's a called strike 2 right down Broadway. The 1-2 pitch, and that one is hit. Fair ball down the left field line. Unbelievable. This pitch was 3-4 inches up. And Trevino went up there and got it and gets himself a double. Oh, man, Povich is not having a good night. I mean, that pitch was shoulder high. And Trevino went up and turned on it. Wait, are we sure that was fair? Hold on. Go back to that angle looking down the line. Hold on. They're not going to give me another look at that, are they? I'm not convinced that ball was fair. I mean, it could very well be fair, but I'm not convinced. I'd like to see a replay. Nothing to do about it now. Blake Dunn at the plate. He had a base hit his first time up. A run is in. Another is standing on second. There's 1 out, and the Reds lead it 4-1. Povich. His fastball is inside. The 2-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the top of the zone. The Orioles do have to make a move of some sort to make room for Brandon Young tomorrow. So, again, Scott Blewett, Cianel Perez. That's your options. Blewett, it was Colin Selby who initially replaced the missing starter because we didn't need a fifth starter again with that off day for a little while. And that is another walk by Cade Povich. It is not a good night for him. Numbers are starting to look a little bit ugly out there for Povich tonight. 5 hits and 4 walks through just 3 1/3 innings. That is way too many base runners. Again, he had been getting away with it with the ERA coming into tonight. But right now, 4 runs in already. There's a called strike to Matt McLean. 3rd time through the order now. 1 out, 1st and 2nd for the Reds. Pitch. That one's lifted in the air to center field. Mullins is going back, still going back, and that ball's gone. Get Povich out of here. What are we doing? That's a 3-run backbreaker, and this game has been blown wide open. 7-1. Matt McLean hits the bleachers in right center field for a 3-run shot. 2nd 3-run homer of the no, wait, Ellie was a 3. So 2 3-run homers and a solo shot? Yeah. It's time to go, Cade. You don't have it tonight, buddy. Matt Bowman time, anybody? Do we even have anybody up? We're not even going to have a mound meeting after that one? You're not even going to calm him down? He's a young pitcher. He's just gotten rocked. Go out and talk to the kid. Espinal has a 1-1 count. How many times have we watched Drew French trot out to the mound for whatever reason? Povich has given up 7 runs, 3 homers, and no mound visits. Pitch outside, 2-2. Here's a curveball, nowhere close, and the count has gone full. Will you please show me a bullpen? And look at this crowd tonight, too. I mean, folks, people are sitting in the very top row of the upper deck. All the way around the left field deck. That's off the plate. Ball 4. Are you going to talk to Cade Povich yet? Ellie De La Cruz is coming up now. Hello? Earth to Brandon. Yeah, they're definitely going to go to Blewett because I would assume Blewett is going to get cut after this game to make room for on the roster for Young tomorrow. So it's a chance for Blewett to do one more thing. There's a shot of Blewett getting loose. So, yeah, that's the movie. That makes sense. It's just too bad it's taking too long to make this move. I mean, not even a mound visit after that 3rd home run ball just is shocking to me. Give him a chance to calm down or something. Say some encouraging words. We're making a bullpen move now. That'll do it for Povich. In comes Blewett. Povich, Blewett. No pun intended. All right, well, glad I got this lucky about ready to go. This sure was the right move. A long way to go, but damn. Being down 3-1, I can handle. 7-1 really stinks. How are we looking on out-of-town scores? Any AL East updates for tonight? We got new series going on. Who's playing who this weekend? I'm keeping my eye on the board while I finish up over here. Not seeing any East teams yet. There's one, Yankees and Rays, and the Yankees have a 1-0 lead going into the bottom of the fifth. Blue Jays up 3-1 on the Mariners, so the top two teams are winning right now. That's bad news. Red Sox up by 5 on the hapless White Sox, so they get the White Sox this weekend. That's bad news. What's left? Tampa? Jeez Louise. All right, blew it on the mound. First pitch is a swing and a miss by De La Cruz, who's turned around now to bat left-handed against the righty Blewett. 1.42 ERA in 6 1/3 innings. 3 games appeared by Blewett. This pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. All right. Well, that's just going to have to do. Here's a ball that gets away from Sanchez for just a minute. I mean, it was right next to him, but he didn't see it at first, and that's going to allow the runner at first to take second base. Is that Espinal? Man, oh man, when it rains, it pours. I mean, that ball was right there. Sanchez, he saw the ball, but like looked at the runner before picking up the ball. Like, dude, pick up the ball and then figure out whether or not you want to throw it. He gave the runner that little bit of extra time. Cruz fouls this one away. It's 2-2. Runner at second, 1 out. All right.
I mean, you know, I'm a Lucky Strike man from way back. So
2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3. Full count on Ellie De La Cruz. Pitch. Fouled off to the right. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes De La Cruz, and that's the second out here in the top of the 4th.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Dan, there is a way to get around keeping Blewett and not necessarily cutting Cino Perez outright. Austin Hayes at the plate, breaking ball, hit hard and stopped by the third baseman, Westberg. The ball is picked up by Gunnar in the hole at short, but he doesn't have a play anywhere. Infield hit first and third, 2 down. So the sneaky move would be to put Cino Perez on the disabled list. What is the injury? Ineffectivitis. Basically, you just give your boy a phantom injury. You stick him on the DL. You don't have to cut him. And while he's on that DL, he can work on some stuff. And maybe give the Orioles a reason to give him another shot. Rather than just straight out cutting him. But bottom line, Perez is definitely the weakest link in the bullpen right now. But Blewett has very little standing with this club. Perez has been around for a few years. That means something, whether you like it or not. Blewett has been around for a few days. A waiver pickup that, like many before him, could just stick around for a couple of appearances and then right back out on the waiver wire. He gets a swing and a miss here. 2 strikeouts since coming on.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And Blewett ends the inning. But the Reds, oh boy, that hurt. That inning hurt. They put 3 up in the third and now a 4 spot in the fourth. A 1-0 Orioles lead has turned into a 7-1 Reds lead. We have 1 hit. That's it? Just 1 goddamn hit? This game being brought to you by, Christ, where did I put? Oh, to hell with it. Nobody's listening anyway.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've come too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to keep our composure.
I know how you guys are feeling right now.
Oh, no, not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! Oh, my eyes! Eyes! Ah!
I know. It's nothing that a little bit of ointment won't fix. Just put some tussin on it. Little Neosporin or something. You'll be all right. How do we spark the flame? I already did. Yep. Consider me sparked. Oh my, we have some men dressed up as hot dogs. Swing and a miss by Tyler O'Neill to begin the bottom of the fourth. And O'Neill, so far in his first at-bat and that first swing, does not look like he is up to speed right now. DFA Povich. Why? He has options. He's very young. You just send him back to AAA. Why would you just let go of the guy? What are you, nuts? Terrible take. 'Cause he sucks. Okay. That's a great take, Slicer. I can tell you know your baseball. 1-2 the count on Tyler O'Neill. And the pitch is lifted foul off to the right. It's not unfortunate that we can't DFA him because of injuries. He's a young pitcher with options. You send him back down. Are you guys out of your mind? It's not that we can't do that. We shouldn't do that. Okay? Makes sense, Chilo? Unbelievable. 2-2 the count. In the dirt, full count. Could somebody please try to make sense? At least, I don't know, 10% of the time? That pitch is a called strike 3, and that was borderline on the outside edge. O'Neill goes down 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. I'm a know-it-all because to me it doesn't make sense to just cut a player that has not even played a full season of Major League Baseball. He's what, like 24 years old? Which for a pitcher is like a baby. Yeah, and yours makes no sense, okay? It's not you're an opinion. Apparently to you, if you're in charge, you're DFAing him. So it's beyond an opinion. That's what you would do? Is that what you would do? Thankfully, you're not in charge. 0-2 pitch to Mountcastle is swung on and missed, and that's out number 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Just take the L, dude. It's a terrible take. Take the L. Okay? Oh, I'm a know-it-all. Okay. Ced Mullins is up. Home run his first time up, and he takes up and in for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Hit in the air. Left field. Actually, it's going to stay on the infield. De La Cruz just onto the outfield grass makes the catch. And that'll end the 4th. The Orioles have remained quiet since that Mullins home run. They've gone through the entire order, having done nothing since that Mullins home run now. We go to the 5th inning at 7-1. You're just having fun? So for you, having fun is to tell one of our boys, just get rid of him when it makes absolutely no sense. That's the fun part of it? Okay. All right. Well, at least you explained where you're coming from. Mazel tov. Still makes 0 sense, but you've explained it now, so we can move on. And that'll be it for me tonight with the joint. Oh, what was the name calling? Ooh, I want to know. Don't worry, I won't toss you. What was the name calling? I love it how people are like opinions that I might disagree with. Like our dude Calvin talking about how we got to move on from Ced Mullins because Judd Fabian should be playing in center field instead. Like, is it just possible that some people out there have absolutely no idea what they're talking about? They're watching, they're fans, and that's great. And, you know, it's not a competition about who knows more than who, but when it comes down to talking about players, like get rid of this guy, and he got no valid reason for doing it, and then somebody explains to you why it makes no sense, then you should probably just be like, all right, I could see why that would make no sense. But, you know, you got to dig your heels in on a take that makes no sense. You see how that works? Candelario at the plate, top of the 5th. Count is 1-1. Blewett still out on the mound. 7-1 Reds. This ball's hit to left. Racing toward the foul line is Kjerstad, and he makes the catch right up against the railing. Nice long run in the finish by Kjerstad, who's looking better and better in the field. Made that great catch playing right field, saving a couple of runs on a sliding catch in the warning track in that Cleveland series. This would have just been a foul ball, but still, it's a nice catch. One down in the top of the... Are we only in the top of the 5th? Where the hell are we? 7-1, top of the 5th. Yeah, folks, if I'm the what do you call it? The bully or whatever, all I'm trying to do is defend players from being insulted, defend just I'm defending people who aren't here to, defend themselves when they're getting insulted for no good reason. If you want to provoke me that way, go ahead. It just it kind of reflects the kind of personality you have when you do that. But yeah, I'm going to defend. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I tell you, when we're losing by 6 runs, not the best time to test me. We've got an injury situation, but with the trainers out there, Marte, the batter, seems to be laughing off whatever that situation was. I mean, he is grinning ear to ear. I've never seen somebody be so happy to be visited by a trainer. 0-1 the count on Marte. And this ball is lifted off the end of the bat into just left of straightaway center field. Mullins with the catch, 2 down. Povich got rocked. Probably his worst start since his initial call-up last year when he didn't know what the hell he was doing. It was rough. Deep counts, home run balls, the whole schmear. Here's a ground ball right back up the middle by Trevino, and that's his second hit of the night. Well, this Reds offense has not been their strong suit, but we're making them look pretty good tonight. And hopefully this isn't setting the tone for the weekend, because this is ugly. They've now out-hit us 8-1. And they have 3 home runs. 2 of them 3-run shots. Here is Blake Dunn. He takes a swing and a miss. Or no, he took for ball 1. I imagined a swing, I guess. This is high, 2-0 the count. Probably. We might be getting into BW karaoke area here if we don't at least peck away at this deficit here soon. Here's a ground ball. Henderson could have, it's just a force play. We already had 2 out. Gunnar scoops up this ground ball and hits the second base bag to win the inning. And we move on now to the bottom of the 5th. This is only halfway over. So you can look at it one of 2 ways. You look glass half full kind of a person could say, hey, it's only halfway over. If what they did through half a ball game, we can do back in half a ball game. We got this. And if you're a glass half empty kind of person, you just say, well, at least this game's half over now. Or on the downswing. See, so no matter how you're looking at things right now, you should feel okay. All right. Oh boy. So your boy had another fun exchange with some of our folks in the Charm City chat tonight. I will continue to bang the drum of when it comes to our players, calling them trash. I mean, look, who was that guy we had last season? I think we picked him up off waivers from the D-backs. He made 1 appearance. I remember saying something about he was wearing a whole ton of jewelry or something. I think he walked 4 straight guys, and I'm like, I don't ever want to see this guy again. This guy is no good. And guess what? He was cut. That was his only appearance ever. I can't remember who the hell it was. Why would I? Does anybody remember? If you remember the name of that guy, then you have a special talent. But the point is, hate Povich, folks. Tiago Vieira. R.W. Clippy. That is awesome. That is the name. All you had to do was say it.
This is great iced tea. This is great iced tea.
Tiago Vieira. I remember now with that name, yes. It was a disaster. And I'm like, this dude doesn't even look like he should be in the show. Never mind on our team. Tiago Vieira. Okay. Is that just a slightly different spelling or? Jordan Westberg's at the plate, folks. Here we go.
Well, west is that way.
Oh, Janet's got some special talents. Well, folks, Janet, if this game doesn't get any closer and we need some topics to talk about to get through this game, feel free to open up about it a little. Here's a 2-0 strike to Westberg, 2-1. Is he now 0 for his last 25? Westberg to right center. That's going to hang up there. Center fielder's under it. Dunn makes the catch. 1 down. Man, oh man. And Andrew Abbott has settled down very nicely. There were signs early that the Orioles were going to get to this guy. I mean, beyond the Ced Mullins home run, there was a walk in there. There was another base runner of some. Maybe it was a couple of walks. Let me see how many walks he's got. Gary Sanchez swings at a curveball low for strike 1. Abbott, just the 1 walk. 1 hit, 1 walk. All right, never mind. Never mind. He's been outstanding. Swing and a miss. I say he's been outstanding. It's been a combination. We're doing badly. And really the toughest part is Tyler O'Neill. Again, we've got this lineup we went out and built to take on left-handed pitching, and I got to tell you, folks, it's not been working. There's a called strike 3, and things just go from bad to worse as Sanchez gets rung up on a pitch a couple of inches outside. That was the worst call of the night against us. And, things are getting ugly here, folks. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th, base is empty. Janet's ready to call in Jim Palmer. What do you want him to do, Janet? You want him to frickin' you know what kind of damage that would do if he... We got to preserve this man. Hell, call on me before Palmer. I'll give you a Tiago Vieira type outing you'll never forget. And Hyde will point to his right hand. He's calling on BW. That's right. He just goes by BW. We're not even sure if that's a first name, a last name, initials. We don't know who the hell this guy is. But there's a rather large ostrich-shaped man walking out of the bullpen right now. And let's see what this dude's got. Let's see his stats. He's 47 years old. He's never pitched in any professional level of organized baseball. He claims to have been a pretty good catcher and first baseman in his high school days before developing Osgood-Schlater's disease. Here's a ground ball to short, and Ellie De La Cruz falls down as he goes to field it. He slips on the grass. Ellie is smiling about it, as you can do when you're up 7-1. And that only being a infield hit with 2 down. But hell, let's make something out of this. Heston Kjerstad with a gift of an infield hit. If that's how we're getting hits tonight, holy cow. Here's Mateo. At least we can get his bat out of the way instead of having him hit leadoff in the next inning. That's the beauty of that play. Mateo's bat out of the way. He's like a pitcher in your lineup. Oh, we can clear the pitcher in here and get the leadoff man next time up. There's a called strike on Jorge Mateo. He's 1 for 1. Or he's 1 for 1. The count is a 1-on-1. He's on the season, he's like 1 for 18 or something. Pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I've noticed a couple of people no longer chatting it up, and that makes me happy. There's a swing and a miss. Mateo goes down on... I told you we'd clear the pitcher spot. Pitcher spot is out of the way, folks. We'll have the top of the order up next in the 6th inning, okay? You see, there's a silver lining. It's not all clouds, folks. DFA Cade Povich. Well, we would, but, you know, we've got a lot of injuries. No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Why would you? If the Orioles had a press release or a tweet or whatever that says, we have designated Cade Povich for assignment, you know how many people would be up in arms about it? And then you'd have to sit there and go, why did I want that? Why did I think that was a good idea? 'Cause he sucks. Oh, yeah. Good analysis. That's... I'll be right back, folks. It's been an interesting night tonight. It's back to BW being ornery. Whoa, what happened there? That's not what I wanted. All right, sorry. All right. We got a first pitch from Blewett, and that is strike 1. We're in the top of the 6th, top of the order for the Reds, Matt McLean, who homered his last time up. Swing and a miss here, and it's 0-2 on a slider from Blewett. All right, everybody's laughing. What's Matt doing? My paper boy has a mean arm. Give him a shot. How old is he? As long as it's legal, kid can throw a paper while riding a bike at my doorstep 30 yards away. 1 run is a Mullins homer. Yeah, David, it's like we're watching the playoffs again, isn't it? 2-2 the count on McLean. DFA Povich. Make it make sense. Full count. Where are my luckies? I did all that, and I have no lucky in my lucky. Pitch. That's low, and that's ball 4. Another leadoff walk to a Reds batter tonight. They say leadoff walks will kill you, folks, and it has done so tonight for us, but that hasn't been the only problem. Oh, 1 pitch to Espinal is a bit low, maybe a touch outside, 1-1 the count. Folks, I need to talk to you straight up about something here in the next half, in the next break. This is a ground ball in the right field, a base hit. Stopping at second, the lead runner, who I've forgotten who that is, McLean. Espinal's on with a hit. Hits keep on coming here for Cincinnati. They now have 9 hits, and they've also have drawn 6 walks. So 15 base runners between the hits and the walks, and there's nobody out in the 6th. So that's basically 3 base runners per inning on average. And now you got Ellie De La Cruz up here. And he takes a splitter up and away for ball 1. It is an ugly-looking night tonight, folks. Janet, I don't know if anybody wants to join me on my Discord after tonight. Maybe I should leave my face off the screen for the rest of the night. I think I pissed off a couple of people. Ellie fouls this one away. One pitch is a called strike. De La Cruz, 1 for 3. We all know what that 1 was. It wasn't good. The 1-2 is low and in. See my dimples. I'm having a lucky. I figure, maybe it's better that I don't smoke on camera anyway. I don't know. Swing and a miss. And down goes De La Cruz.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
See, the thing is, folks, when I started this channel, I knew in my mind that for this thing to work its best, I needed to focus more on being just an announcer and calling the game. And I want to interact with the chat, and I can still do that. But here's the first pitch to Hayes. It's a strike on a half swing. But as I've gotten more and more engaged with this team and, being a part of it every single day, it's kind of difficult for me to not bring that sort of, here's a pop-up into right field. Who wants it? Mateo is going to not get it. Throw to second is not handled by Gunner, and now a runner, McLean, is going to come in to score at third. Everybody's safe, and a play like that, folks, is about as ugly as it gets. That pretty much puts the cherry on top of tonight's game. If we can come back from that, my goodness. That was not pretty. What was that little bunny hop from Mateo? What was that? That ball was never meant for us to catch, I guess. It is now 8-1. Here is a swing and a foul away by Spencer Steer. So yeah, folks, the more I began to get into the opinionated side of things, like what should Brandon Hyde do with his lineup? How should we handle this pitcher and how he's been doing in the rotation? What should the pecking order be in our bullpen? How should we approach our base running aggressiveness? Stuff like that. I mean, they're all opinions, folks. And I don't mean to come off sounding like, my opinion is better than yours. But, I mean, that's the first time I basically called out somebody for having just a most ridiculous opinion. Even if it's just an opinion, it's ridiculous. So I don't know. I guess I got triggered. The old triggered, I guess. I don't know. 1-2 pitch gets away from the catcher. He finally finds it. Does Rutschman, and luckily no advance by the runners. Sorry, it's Gary Sanchez behind the plate. Your boys had a long night / morning so far. I'll be back on the screen in a sec. The 2-2 pitch is a check swing, and the home plate umpire says you went. Steer strikes out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, the apology isn't really based on being correct or incorrect. It's more just about how to handle a situation like that. Some people are very, very good at being diplomatic and getting their point across the way I wanted to, in a way that's more, it's lighter. It's not so abrasive. I know that I can get abrasive. I don't know. I grew up in the streets of PG County, okay? I'm a little abrasive, all right? What do you want me to tell you? Here's a pop-up to left. And Kjerstad will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So a couple of runners left on base. But the Reds add one more run to their tally on a infield hit by Austin Hayes and a throwing error by Jorge Mateo. So Mateo with another error. Ramon Arias could have been in this lineup tonight. That was the only criticism I had of the lineup tonight. The only thing I was saying. I was like, come on, what are we doing? I think for now, I don't have a problem with Arias taking up a spot on the roster compared to what the other option would be. I mean, you think, well, Kobe Mayo, he's starting to rake. I think Mayo's hit 3 home runs in his last 4 games down in Norfolk. So you want to keep his eye on him. The problem with Mayo is that he's the positions he can play, they're covered mostly by either a platoon like O'Hearn and Mountie at first, or an everyday player like Westberg at third. And if he's not there, Arias is there, with Westberg moved over to second. There's just, there's just not a whole lot of places for Mayo to play with the roster the way it is. And Mateo can at least give you that one attribute. And you might say, well, that's not enough to have a spot on the team. And that's a healthy debate. I think for a team on a playoff roster, I think a Jorge Mateo is valuable. I think you want one guy that you can call on as a pinch runner late. But his defense, that's the problem now. It has been pretty bad here in the early going. Adley Rutschman's up, and he takes outside.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
That's what you expect from Mateo. A guy that can run and a guy that can hold his own in the field, at least in the infield. Now, we know he can't play center, and that experiment was a debacle. But that's not his first error on the season on the infield either. Hey, Rutschman gets into one to left. Hayes will make the catch, though, backed up against the 363-foot sign in left center field. Adley got good wood on it, but Hayes was well positioned, I'd say. Wasn't too long of a run to get to that wall back there. Here is Gunnar Henderson. One down.
His name's Gunner, and he's dating my mom.
Want to know the count? 2-0 after a pitch low. Not sure why Gunner swung at that 2-0 pitch. It was low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Matt Bowman getting up in the bullpen for us. Next offering is hit on the ground, first base, and a flip to Abbott covering the bag. Henderson busting it down the line, but he is out. Second out here in the 6th. And there just doesn't seem to be a whole lot of fighting us here tonight. This is O'Neill's 3rd chance. He's not looked good the first 2 times up. Whether it's just a little bit of rust from having a couple days off, or if that neck is still a little bit twitchy, I don't know. But he has not looked normal at the plate to me tonight. Trevino out to talk to Abbott. They're up 8-1, and they're having a mound meeting with the bases empty and 2 down. What the hell are you talking about? Where you're going for dinner after this? The hell do you need a mound meeting for? Hi, everybody. I might have to change the lighting. I'm starting to get pink again. Wait, hold on. If I do that. First pitch to O'Neill is low and outside, ball 1.
Ahoy there! Anybody home?
I'm feeling a little bit peckish. Next pitch is in the dirt, 2-0. Oh, that's worse. That's really bad. I don't know. I guess I look like crap no matter how you slice it. I'm like an SK hot dog. 2-0 pitch. Hit on the ground, foul left side. Taste the difference quality makes. SK. Two and 1 on O'Neill. And he gets a piece. But it's 2-2 now after that foul ball. We got a right-hander up for the Reds, Scott Barlow. Abbott up to 92 pitches. This should be his final inning of work. 2 out, bases empty. Could be his final pitch of the night right here. 2-2. Swing and a miss, and I'm going to guess that was his last pitch. O'Neill strikes out, and the Orioles are looking nothing short of deflated right now. You'd like to see a little bit of fight. Whether or not we lose, I can handle the loss, but I'd like to see the team try to put some at-bats together, you know. We got a few more innings to play. On to the 7th. It is 8-1 Cincinnati. Oh boy, Charm City Chat. What's a fun topic you want to talk about? Come on. I'm always coming up with them. Maybe you got one. You know, sometimes I'm talking about Saturday morning cartoons or bad early 90s hip-hop music, or what were we talking about? We were talking about some movies the other day. What were we talking about? I don't know. Let's talk about something. Help BW lighten up the mood around here. All right, damn it. You're going to make me come up with something? I'll think of it. Well, first I got to refresh this game. I got something to do. Ask BW anything. It is an AMA now on the BW channel. ABA. Ask BirdWatcher anything. I'm not promising I'll answer it. But funniest baseball names you've heard this year. How's the weather in Thailand? It's really, really hot. It is the worst time of year. It really is. I had to make a trip down about one town down, so I was on the back of a motorbike taxi for about a half an hour there, half hour back, and every time we'd hit an intersection or whatever, and we'd have to stop and just be sitting there in the sun. Ugh. We're just surrounded by automobiles and street and then like baking asphalt and sun. Oh, I was dying out there. So it's hot. It's damn hot. Matt Bowman gets Marte a swing and a miss. We are underway in the top of the 7th. Bowman on in relief. Noelvi Marte 0 for 3 so far tonight. Next pitch is outside 1-1. Funniest baseball names you've heard this year. Well, I'm always going to love a good old Dick Love Lady. I don't know if Danny Mendick is still floating around. This ball's lifted to left. Kerstad is coming in, and he'll make the catch. 1 down. Here comes Jose Trevino. They're putting FanDuel odds live on screen on whether or not Trevino will get a 3rd hit tonight and like hurry up and place your bet. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. What are you doing? What network is this? If Masson ever does that, first of all, let me know for sure. Masson does not do that, correct? They put up like betting odds for you to like hurry up and get your bet in. Will Trevino get a hit here? Unbelievable. 1-1 pitch. On the ground, and that's a base hit down the right field line. And folks, if you bet Trevino would got a hit here, you just made a ton of money. Welcome to the new economy. Absolutely disgusting. Can we please talk about anything else? How did my appointment go? Thanks for asking, Janet. It went off without a hitch. It's kind of an ordeal getting there, like I said, between the weather and the crowds trying to make your way in. But once my representative showed up and we made our way to where we had to go, it was in and out real quick. Blake Dunn at the plate. He takes outside for ball 1. Thank you, Janet. I wish I could say I've got no anxieties in that department for a long time, but 90 days goes by pretty quick. That pitch is inside. Check swing. Appeal, no swing. It's 2-0. 1 out, runner at first base for the Reds. They're up 8-1. And looking to take this first game from us in this 3-game series. This pitch is on the outside edge for a strike. 2-1. I'm a degenerate too. Yeah, you know, Carrie, what a salient point that is. How the hell is Pete Rose not in the Hall of Fame if this is the state of things now with sports betting? Really? He never bet against his own team, which would be the only real bad thing. This ball's hit deep to center field. Mullins makes the catch right up against the wall. My goodness, that ball just stayed in the yard. Dunn looking almost like Adam Dunn on that swing. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur, they don't really have a whole lot to be happy about with their play in the league this year. So that Europa, is it Europa League or Conference? Europa Conference League. This is a European Conference League. This is a first pitch ball to Matt McLean for ball 1. Europa League. So we're talking Champions League, Europa League. Okay. So that's a trophy you want to get if you can get it. Spurs haven't won a significant trophy in quite a long time. But the team has been pretty it's been bad because if you look at their goal differential compared to the rest of the table there in the Premier League, you got a team like Nottingham Forest whose goal difference is only a couple better, and they're sitting there in a Champions League spot right now. And Spurs are down like 15th, 16th in the table. All right. Who loves talking Premier League here in the Charm City chat? It's Chelsea in the Conference League. Thanks, Chilo. Two and two the count. 2 away. Runner at first. McLean gotten on base twice with a home run and a walk. Fouls this pitch away. Still 2 and 2. What else we got? Come on. Hey, BW, what's your favorite all-time candy bar? Hey, BW, what's your all-time favorite, throw something out here. I'll entertain you. This pitch is popped up shallow right. Coming in O'Neill. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. 7th inning stretch time. We're into the Ask BW Anything portion of the program, but right now, despite the fact we're getting our butts kicked pretty badly, I'm going to remind you, you should throw some cakes on the griddle. Get some cakes up in the chat, folks.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Yeah, I can tell my interaction earlier in the game tonight has had an effect on some things with the stats. So I pay the price, folks. Trust me. I pay the price. I do. And I know. I'm completely self-aware. I have that filter. It knows when to go, hey, you could just, say nothing, not ruffle feathers, and that way you don't hurt your channel at all. But, I guess I'm just not a regular old person or something. Folks, thanks for those who have stuck around and supported the channel despite, my never-ending flaws.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Thank God I'm a country boy.
It'll be Mountie, Mullins, and Westy coming up in the bottom of the 7th. I'd say if there's any chance and mounting a crazy comeback, it has to happen starting here. With this part of the order, with 3 innings left, we need at least something. We need it now. Ouch. Are there banjo emojis? Dan, that's well played. I like it. I didn't even know we had those in the emoji list. All right, Barlow is out in relief for the Reds after 6 innings of 1-run ball from Andrew Abbott. Right-hander now, facing Mountcastle, who takes a swing and a miss on a curveball, breaking very low. for strike one. This one's hit well by Mountie to left. Hayes is on the run, and he makes the catch just in front of the track out in left field. Mountie turned on it, hit it on a line, hit it pretty deep, but nothing to show for it. One down. Said Mullins. He's got a home run tonight. The only offense of the evening.
Well said, now you know what to do.
And that ball barely got out of here. But Mullins is he's in a mood. He's gonna find a way. He fouls this one off. It's 0-2. What's my favorite flavor of potato chip, you ask? Well, I'm so glad you did. This pitch is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. I mean, first of all, brand, no ifs, ands, or buts. It's got to be Utz. I mean, I'm a local boy, and I've been around the world. And ain't no better potato chip than an Utz. This pitch is popped up, and right near the dugout, a catch is made on the railing by Candelario. Just another kind of play that just makes you go, were we never meant to win tonight? I mean, this ball could have just gone one more foot out of the way and kept that at bat going, but it's been a bad night tonight. Kettle chips. Some of them I like. The ones that are crazy crunchy, I'm not a fan of. The kettle chips seem to be a little crunchier, right? This ball's hit on the ground to De La Cruz by Westberg, and he's retired. He's 0 for 3. Westberg continues to scuffle. It is 7 innings in the books. The Orioles have 2 hits on the night, 1 error. It's ugly. It's another ugly, ugly game here. The Utz crab chip, folks. Matt is on it. Folks, the Utz crab chip is perfect. It's perfect. I miss it. I haven't had one of those in a damn long time. You love the crunch of the kettle chip. I do too. I mean, it depends on the brand of the kettle chip. I've had kettle chips where I'm like, damn, these are good. But I've had ones that were so crunchy, I felt like I was eating Pop Rocks. Like, I'd like to be able to, keep my teeth and maybe not cut my gums open with these things. Old Bay chips. Well, don't they use Old Bay on the crab chip, on the Utz crab chip? Isn't it like Old Bay seasoning? Is it not officially Old Bay? Is it just an Old Bay knockoff? I don't know. Hey, BW, what's your thoughts on sriracha? Well, it's funny you should ask, because the origins of that particular sauce that got really popular, about 10 years ago now or so? That's from out in these parts. Voodoo chips. Hey, are those yeah, have you guys ever done that, whatever, those like 1 chip challenge chips? Like ghost pepper chips? I've seen it on YouTube videos all the time. I don't think I've actually sat through them. But what Thai dish would I recommend to someone who's never eaten Thai food? Well, pick a meat first, Chilo. Pick your meat. What do you like? Do you like soups? Do you like noodles? Do you like rice? What do you like? Santiago Espinal is out there, and Matt Bowman will continue to pitch. Top of the 8th. First pitch is a strike. Espinal 2 for 3. He also has a walk. This Reds lineup has done a lot of damage tonight. Hits and walks. Called strike 2 here. 0-2. The Hot Ones, the popular YouTube channel, yeah, with all the celebrities eating wings. I honestly don't quite understand why that channel is as enormously popular as it is, because you're basically watching the same gimmick over and over again with just different celebrities. But, I've checked it out once or twice. This pitch is fouled away. It's 1-2 on Espinal. Any meat will do except human meat. All right. I'm glad you said that because, boy, have I got a dish for you. I've got some things I could tell you that you might want to retract that statement. And you know what, BW, never mind. I'll go cannibal. I'll go cannibal instead of that. 2-2 the count. People love celebrities. I tell you what, ain't that the truth? Look at this lighting on me right now. What the hell's going? You know what? I think I could just turn this light off at this stage. I mean, the sun's out over here. Let me just see what it looks like if I turn it off. 2-2 on Espinal. I mean, it ain't that much worse, and now I don't have that crap in my face. So, yeah, it's off. There's more stuff, shimmering with the green screen, but Soylent Green. Yeah. Chilo, I would recommend Pad Thai with Soylent Green. No, Pad Thai is like the number one American choice of a Thai dish, but I like their Penang curry. Penang has got a really nice, creamy, spicy sauce, and you have that with pork or chicken. You're doing pretty good. Some good old-fashioned rice. Espinal draws a walk, and here comes Brandon Hyde. He's going to make a change. Bowman has thrown 26 pitches. Cianel Perez. Well, I mean, this is when you use them. Not really much of a chance of a comeback, and Perez has got to have, while he's still, as long as he's on the team, it's an arm to use to eat innings, and it's a chance for him to show that, hey, I figured something out, and maybe don't consider moving on from me quite yet. So let's see what he does. I'll be interested. I mean, really, it's the perfect situation for Perez. Because if he goes out there and has another outing. By the way, Perez has only had one outing this season where he has not given up at least a run, which for a reliever is really, really bad. But even in the one outing that he didn't give up a run, he walked the bases loaded and got out of it with a double play ball. Look at that. The Yankees are up 1-0 as it's getting later. Blue Jays still up as well. Damn, we're going to lose ground on both of them tonight if things don't change. Where are you at, Howard Jones? I need to hear from you. Wrong 80s. Oh, they got pizza all over here, Matt. And really, some really good pizza out here. It depends on where you go, because you got to be careful that you're not getting Thai pizza, because in Thailand, they put ketchup on their pizza. Okay? I know. sacrilege. Absolute sacrilege. I'm not much of a ketchup person, but ketchup on pizza, ketchup on top of tomato sauce, just defies all logic. But they do that here. And it's fun. You know what? I can reach, I'll prove it to you. I've got this bag that I kept because it's extra large because I ordered from Pizza Hut. Look at that, folks. Look at that American brand, Pizza Hut. If I told you the deal they were running right now. By the way, there's the Thailand website. There. Anyway, it's this huge bag, so I kept it because it makes for a good like laundry bag or throwaway bag. I'm not a hoarder, but I like to reuse stuff like a large plastic bag. We got a 1-1 count on Ellie De La Cruz with Cincinnati Perez now out there. This pitch is off the plate, a slurve for ball 2. Anyway, so you get your bag with the pizza in it. I still have it here, and look what they have inside. What they have inside are a bunch of these. Did they even have these over here, folks? Pizza Hut ketchup. There you go. You see that? There you go. That's what you get over here on your pizza. And I'm like, I tell them I don't need the ketchup. They put it in there anyway. All right, Dan. Did I bore you to death? Hey, Dan, just mute this and let it run. It's called watch time, man. Help a brother out. Here's a swing and a miss. And down goes De La Cruz. So how about that? Cincinnati Perez strikes out Ellie De La Cruz.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, Thailand's a pretty large place. Maybe around the size of Texas. This pitch has popped up. Center field, Mullins, can of corn. He's got it. 2 down. That was Austin Hayes flying out on one pitch. Ketchup on grasshoppers, no. I've only had one grasshopper, and it did not have ketchup. It had eyeballs, an antenna, and little, ugh. I got talked into it. Never again. I'll tell you, it's just crunchy and salty, like any other snack, which is why I told my girlfriend then at the time, I'll stick to potato chips. Because they're also crunchy and salty, and they don't have eyeballs looking back at me as I bite into them. That's just sort of where I draw a line. I like not to bite off something's face. I don't know. Call me crazy. Anyway, what am I, Hannibal Lecter over here? 2-1 on Spencer Steer. He's been held quiet, although he did reach on a walk back in the second. 0 for 3 otherwise. There's a swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. And Perez has a chance for a decent inning here. Got that runner at first. 2-2. Sprayed foul off to the right. What's your country, Chilo? You may have told me before, but I don't remember. And, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Perez gets Steer to chase one. The ball gets away, and Gary Sanchez able to throw down to Mountie at first to complete the out. Mountie had to stretch a bit to get that one, but we get him. The inning is over. And we're moving on to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles have 6 more outs to play with, down 7. It is 8-1 Reds going into the bottom of the 8th. Sanchez, Kjerstad, and Mateo, bottom of the order. With a right-hander out there, I would expect a pinch hitter for Mateo. Maybe we'll see Holiday. Mexico. Gotcha. Well, a couple of weeks till Cinco de Mayo, Chilo. Who do we play on the 5th of May? You want me to find out for you? Who do we play on the 5th of May? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's an off day. Wait, no. Hold on. It is an off day. It's a Monday off day. That stinks. No game. No game on Cinco de Mayo. Oh, well. Come on, Janet. I'm hungry too. All I did was hold up ketchup packets. You're going to type in the phrase blueberry cheesecake? That's porn. That's food porn in my chat. May the 4th be with you. Who do we play on Star Wars Day? Do you want to know, George? George Ford Lucas. That day, we play the Royals in the Sunday game. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Sunday, we're playing the Royals. I was talking about Pizza Hut and Thai food. I mentioned the phrase Pizza Hut. I didn't go into what kind of pizza I ordered and how good it was and how the cheese was just perfectly melting off the crust. It had that slight brown little tinge. Here's a base hit in the left center field for Gary Sanchez. All right. Sanchez keeping up that 1 hit a week average. Leadoff man on. Here comes Kjerstad. All I had to say was pizza. So it was the Hut part? Is Pizza Hut your favorite chain? This pitch is off the plate. What about Lido's? If I brought up Lido's, then I'd understand. George is ready for a couple of grand slams. Kjerstad gets into one. Oh, that ball's traveling. That ball is going to go! Bye-bye, birdie! It's a 2-run bomb. Heston Kjerstad's bat is heating up. 407 feet, 106 off the bat. Into the bleachers in right center field. Make it 8-3 Cincinnati. A little something to be happy about. Kjerstad knew it too. As soon as he swung, he knew that ball was gone. Here is Mateo. Why we're not pinch hitting? We're not pinch hitting. We just got some runs back. It's a right-hander on the mound. What are we doing? Mateo strikes out. Back to the top of the order. Adley Rutschman looks at a pitch inside for ball one. Curveball from Barlow. No explanation. Hey, whoever had the take about Cade Povich, guess what? That wasn't the worst mistake made by anybody tonight. That honor goes to Brandon Hyde. For some reason, when we've got some momentum, the only opening we've had tonight, a 2-run jack by Kjerstad. You got a right-hander on the mound. You got lefty options galore on the bench. You keep Mateo out there. And what kind of result did you expect other than the strikeout that he got? What are you doing? Adley Rutschman, 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-2. But, that's just me on my high horse because, I know more than everybody. Or something. I thought I was just explaining common sense over a microphone. I didn't realize, I needed a degree in this. Here's a swing and a miss, and down goes Rutschman, 2 away. Please, players. The pleasing was that Mateo made the lineup at all. Brandon Hyde, typically, when, they change arms on the other side, we start, going to the opposite-sided hitters. We've got like 3 platoons out there. How many times have we seen Mountie pinch hit for O'Hearn or vice versa? How many times have we seen... what are we doing? Very early in the season, Erica, but this ball game, again, if Kjerstad didn't just hit that home run, I would have expected Mateo to stay out there. But the fact of the matter is, you just gave us some glimmer of hope. And you've got options out there that are better. And you just said, forget it. And to me, that's no good. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gunnar. And the inning is over. We're on to the 9th. It's 8-3 now after a 2-run homer from Heston Kjerstad. Look, I don't think Brandon Hyde is an idiot. I don't think Brandon Hyde is in over his head. I don't think he's the worst manager in baseball by any stretch. But look, sometimes you just got to sit there and go, what's the reasoning for this? What is the reason for this? And that was one of those times. Mateo made an error tonight, too. He even cost us in the field. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. But, like every other thing that happens in life, what do? You absorb it and you move on and you hope for things to, that's just, I there's things you can, there's things I'll be like, you know what, I don't really agree with that, but at least I see this reason or that reason. But again, tonight, I don't understand why Mateo was even in the lineup over Urias. Urias should be an everyday player. In a lefty lineup. It's not that hard. If you're going to sit Holiday, you put in Urias. Piece of cake. Candelario is at the plate. He's 1 for 4. He's got a home run tonight. Cincinnati Perez is out here for another inning of work, and this 0-1 pitch is fouled away. It's 0-2. Yeah, thank you, Rob. Thanks for bringing that up. That's what I'm going to focus on, is that tomorrow we're going to see a man make his first major league start, and that's always a big deal. You never know what you're going to get. Insert Forrest Gump reference here. 1-2 count on Candelario. But, sometimes you find lightning in a bottle. This ball's hit on the ground to Gunnar. He's got it. Over to first in time. 1 away. You never know. And considering how our starting pitching has looked up until the last couple of games, tonight Povich sort of, that was a step back. I don't know what his ERA is at now. It certainly can't be under 4. What is his ERA at this point? He's on a 6.38 ERA. Wow, that jumped. 7 earned runs for Cade. 5 walks, 6 hits. Ugly stuff. Ugly stuff. So, yeah, now we got a guy like Morton with an ERA of, 8.5. We got Povich out there with an ERA around 6.5. We're calling on a kid to make his first start tomorrow, and that's 60% of our rotation right now. That is scary. 2-1 the count on Noelvi Marte, who's 0 for 4. This pitch is fouled at the plate. 2-2. I don't know. It's a conversation I don't mind you guys having. What is the deal with the chemistry with the players and the manager at this stage? Because I'll tell you this, I'm watching some of these post-game press conferences with Hyde, and he's being asked the right questions, and he can be pretty good at giving that diplomatic answer that sort of skirts the issue of the question, but it doesn't even seem like he's coming up with answers anymore. Here's a swing and a miss. That's another strikeout for Cincinnati Perez.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And look at that. The Yankees tonight score 1 run, and they win. Trevino swings on the first pitch, hits it to Westberg at third, and that'll end the top of the 9th. We're going to the bottom half of the 9th, down 5. Well, Janet, I'm the closest thing you got to him. Sorry, folks. The closest thing you got. And let me tell you about how to plant your next tomato plant. You guys want to go to Manager's Corner tonight? Who's ready for Manager's Corner? It's late. Hey, folks, if you got kids, tell them to go to the next room because we're about to check in with Earl Weaver on Manager's Corner. All right, here we go.
Now, the Manager's Corner, with the thoughts and opinions of the American League's winningest manager, the Orioles' Earl Weaver. And now, to the Manager's Corner with Earl Weaver.
Well, Bill Whitehouse, Earl, from Frederick, Maryland, wants to know why you and the Orioles don't go out and get some more team speed.
Team speed, for Christ's sake. You get fucking goddamn little fleas on the fucking bases, getting picked off, trying to steal, getting thrown out, taking runs away from you. You get them big cocksuckers that can hit the fucking ball out the ballpark and you can't make any goddamn mistakes.
Well, certainly this show is going to go down in history, Earl. Terry Elliott of Washington, D.C. wants to know why you don't use Terry Crowley as a designated hitter all the time.
Well, Terry Crowley's lucky he's in fucking baseball, for Christ's sake. He was released by the Cincinnati Reds. He was released by the fucking goddamn Atlanta Braves. We saw that Terry Crowley could sit on his fucking ass for 8 innings and enjoy watching a baseball game just like any other fan, and has the ability to get up there and break one open in the fucking ninth. So if this cocksucker would mind his own business and let me manage the fucking team, we'd be a lot better off.
Well, certainly you've made your opinions known on the fans' questions about baseball, Earl.
Let's talk about tomatoes.
Alice Sweet from Norfolk wants to know the best time to put in a tomato plant.
Alice Sweet ought to be worried about where the fuck her next lady's coming from, rather than where her next goddamn tomato plant's coming from. If she'd get her ass out to fucking bars at night and go hustling around the goddamn street, she might get a prick stuck in her once in a while. I don't understand where these questions are coming from, Tom. That's about it from Manager's Corner. Go fuck yourself, and the fuck with your show coming up next on the Baltimore Oriole Baseball fucking Network.
Thank you, Earl Weaver. Earl Weaver, everybody. Rest in peace, my good man. Rest in peace. Bottom of the ninth. Tyler O'Neill at the plate. He's got a 1-0 count. That pitch is outside 2-0. Mr. Hyde, that is very, very real. You can look it up. Dingleberry. That is very, very real. It's pretty legendary. So I'm assuming some of you in the Charm City chat are having heard that for the very first time. Go back and listen. It never gets old. Earl was a master. Two-one pitch by to O'Neill's hit softly to third. A throw on the run by Marte is in time. O'Neill, that was his closest to coming up with a hit tonight. An infield single attempt on a softly hit ground ball to third. But he is thrown out for the first out here in the ninth. Yeah, trust me, you won't find a better clip from anybody than that Earl Weaver clip. There's also the famous one where he's mic'd arguing with an ump who he tries to quip back to Earl that he's screwed up a lot of World Series. Earl was a firecracker. 1-0 pitch is inside. Check swing, and Mountcastle went around. 1-1. Mountie is 0 for 3. He struck out twice. He's a dream weaver. I think he can manage us to the night. Earl Weaver. 1-2 on Mountie. I'm hungry. I am hungry. By the way, I'm watching the Reds broadcast, and once again, not the first time I've seen this. They have a transparent logo on the pitching mound that says BW. Here's a fly ball to center. Mountcastle retired, 2 down in the ninth. We're going down quietly, folks. 1 out left. Base is empty. Down 5. Janet, bite me. Called strike to Mullins.
Folks said, now you know what to do.
Oh, looks like you did, Fitz.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
It's common for Fitz to apologize just by showing up.
Sorry, Charm City chat. Sorry.
How you doing tonight, Fitzy? You enjoy watching us lose? That's all right. Don't you worry, buddy. We'll catch you next time head-to-head at Fenway. We like it in Fenway. One and two the count on Mullins. He's down to, we're down to our last strike. That pitch is off the plate, 2-2. Said Mullins. Solo shot tonight. Average now at 293. He has been the MVP in the first month of the season. There is no close second place, I think. That pitch is low, and the count runs full. We shall see about that. ... That's a lot of dots, Fitzy. Like how long? I mean, does that imply that it's a long time until we see about it? Like an extra long amount of time? I love messing around with Fitz. We got a full count with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch, swing and a miss, and this ball game is mercifully over. Final score, Cincinnati 8, the Orioles 3. The Reds had 8 runs on... Wait for it. 11 hits, no errors. The Orioles 3 runs, just 4 hits, and an error by Jorge Mateo. Of those 4 hits, 2 left the yard. A Kjerstad 2-run shot in the 8th. A solo homer by Mullins in the 2nd. Otherwise, this offense tonight just not doing much. They only drew 1 walk. Folks, the Reds drew 7 walks. We got 1. That's your story right there. I mean, there's more to the story, but even if we're not hitting, if we can't even, And that first walk, by the way, first batter of the ball game, Adley Rutschman, I believe, on 4 pitches. Wasn't that how we started this? I'm 95% sure it was Rutschman, first batter of the game, and about 80% sure it was on the first 4 pitches. That's right, because Gunnar came up, and the first pitch to him was off the plate, and I was like, wow, Abbott has missed the first 5 pitches of the game. So, yeah, you take that walk, which was basically Abbott, not ready yet. Otherwise, nothing. No walks. And 4 hits. Gary Sanchez had a bleeder hit. That helped his average. That's about all you can say. He's up to 136. We left 2 men on base. That number continues to stay low simply due to the lack of traffic. Mullins' home run was his 5th of the season. He's up to 18 RBI. Kjerstad with 3 homers now. He's up to 12 batted in. Again, Mateo made the error. Do we have to go over Povich's line again? I don't want to. Scott blew it. Whether or not he'll be on the roster tomorrow, we'll see. If this was his last appearance, he went 2 2/3, 4 hits and a walk. Gave up one run, but it was not earned. So he actually has an ERA of a flat 1. He struck out 4 batters in those 2 2/3 innings. So 4 hits, not pretty, but it could have been a lot worse. Matt Bowman had a decent inning. His ERA and WHIP are both under 1. He's been doing great for us. And then Cionel Perez, who might be in an audition with Blewett in terms of who's going to stay on this roster for tomorrow's game now that Brandon Young is going to get called up. Well, Perez did his job. 2 scoreless innings, without a hit or a walk and 3 strikeouts. The only problem is, while you're watching, you really get the sense that the Reds hitters were basically like, well, we've done enough in tonight's game. It's almost like they were doing Perez a favor there. Not to take anything away from Perez. I mean, obviously, he didn't walk anybody, and if you can't throw it over the plate, you're going to do that, and that has nothing to do with the batters just sort of punting on their at-bats. But either way, 2 innings of scoreless ball from Cionel Perez. That lowers his ERA to 10.8. Still not pretty. Folks, we are now 8-11. 3 games under 500 again. And no shot now at somehow escaping this homestand with a winning record. Best shot we can do now is to leave Camden Yards after Sunday's game with a 10-11 record. We got to win back-to-back games, and it's going to take a major league debut from a guy who's probably the 10th arm choice in our organization, but because of injuries and what have you, he's getting his shot. And then on Sunday, it's Charlie Morton making start number 5. So hang on tightly. We need some divine intervention. I don't know. The hat might need a day off. Obviously, things didn't work out with the hat tonight. That might be the right move with this kid making his debut tomorrow. I don't want the hat putting too much pressure on this kid. I don't think he can handle the magic. Not yet. We're just going to have to see what he's got. So that's the matchup tomorrow, folks, and it's a late afternoon start. We'll be on the air at 3:50 p.m. First pitch shortly after 4 o'clock. And once again, the matchup, Brandon Young making his major league debut for us against Hunter Green for the Reds. Going to try to even up this series. Going to try to make sense out of a couple of decisions that were made tonight. I got to tell you, I don't get a couple of things. Don't get it. Don't get it. Couple of things. And we'll see. Brandon Hyde's press conference. We'll see. Because the reporters I've seen in these press conferences, they bring up the right questions. And if I were a reporter tonight, I would be like, so Heston Kjerstad hit that 2-run homer late, got you guys a little back into the game, and you decided to let Mateo hit against a right-hander. Was there any reason for that? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear why that was. I want to hear. We had options, okay? We had multiple options. Yeah, so come on back to tomorrow. For tomorrow, folks, I want to say thank you to everybody in the Charm City chat for hanging out. Again, earlier this evening. Hey, by the way, we're 3 likes short of 100. Actually, somebody just unliked. Wow, I got to see that happen in real time. How impressive. Did you really stick around all game just to hit the unlike before you left? Lovely. Anyway, tonight I had a little bit of a row with 1 or 2 of our chat members. And, not the first time. Not going to be the last time. It's not something I enjoy doing. I hope people understand that. And I've had some people tell me I got nothing to apologize for. But again, in a perfect world, I would be better at handling those things. Nice and charming. Nice and charming. I try to make it humorous, but it's like that sort of like biting humor. And then it comes off a little bit, I don't know. Bottom line, folks, we're not going to DFA Cade Povich, okay? He did have a clunker tonight out there on the mound, but he's young. He's shown me that he's got a lot of potential to be a good pitcher in the bigs for years to come. He's going to be an ace? Probably not. But can he be a major league pitcher for several years? From what I've seen, I think he's got it in him. He's just got to put it all together, but it's close. It's close with him. He's got the tools. He's got the pitch arsenal. I like Kate Povich. I don't know what to tell you, but he got beat up tonight. There's no other way to put it. Hey Fitzy, you know the show has got brand new updates for the rosters. So basically, you could still play last year's show using this year's rosters. So whenever you're ready for the next GM showdown, or I wipe the floor with you, let me know, buddy. I got some downtime coming up. All right, folks, let me take a peek over here. Again, thanks to the mods as well for the work that they do here in the Charm City chat. If anybody needed a timeout tonight, it might have been me. But that is one advantage of having your own channel. All right, it looks like Rising Rhino has got some kind of UFL game. Memphis Showboats versus somebody. So I'll send you over there because, yeah, he's a buddy. Pop in there, say hello, stay as long as you'd like, but go ahead and do him a favor and hit the like button for him and help out his channel. Rhino is a grinder, and I respect the grind. You heard? I'll be back tomorrow, folks, 3:50 p.m. again. Don't you go missing on me, because I got to be up at 2:50 a.m. to call this mofo. All right? My entire weekend is going to be turned upside down with this one. But we got a rookie, we got a major league debut tomorrow. Come check it out. Until then, folks, this has been the BirdWatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good night, everybody.